2014 marked an inflection point as the retail investor finally returned to the market after a long hiatus. Nimesh Shah, Managing Director and the CEO at ICICI Prudential, joins in now, and our guest editor Adrian Mowat has also been sitting with us. Nimesh, hi, good morning. Before we start off the conversation, I understand that ICICI Pru has been awarded as India's best fund house by Asia Asset Management, and you were awarded as the CEO of the year. So congratulations from the entire team at CNBC TV 18.
Thank you.
And hope you continue to do the good work that you've been doing for so many years. As we just pointed out in our introduction, 2014 saw the return of the retail investor. But what's the sense you're getting about how much retail participation has picked up? And in terms of flows, what kind of inflows have we seen? How much should one expect this year?
Actually, you said the point of inflection, but in our mind, the point of inflection as far as the retail investors in the country is concerned happened in May 2014. 16th May 2014 was the date when the results came out. After that, a lot of investors have been feeling, especially the retail investors are feeling that they're left out from the market. So the inflows that you see on a continuous basis, if we see what has happened, 16th May till then, in a month, mutual funds were selling around 4,500 to 5,000 crores of equity, or even less than that. 4,000 crores was the average if you see last year, or till May 16th. Till April of this year, it was around 4 to 5,000 crores. In December, we have seen gross sales of around 15,000 crores. So that's the interest level one is talking about. So every month since May, you have been seeing net inflow of around $1 billion plus. So in the last 9 months, our accounting year is from April onwards. So in the last 9 months, you can say around 1 lakh crores has been the gross inflow that has come into mutual funds. And net, what mutual funds had put in the market is around 50,000 crores. So that's the broad numbers. 50,000 crores, $1 billion a month. Last month, December, was around 8,000 crores. That was the net inflow that mutual funds put in the market.
So if we look at your clients' balance sheet, how much do you think they've got in equities at this point on average, and how would that compare to the previous peak exposure to equities?
It is so insignificant, so one does not even talk about that, because mutual funds were not in, or equity was not in. Last so many years we have lost out to real estate or gold. But since real estate and gold have been negative returns, I see a lot of inflows coming in. If you ask on a specific basis, I would compare this more with the bank deposits, the mutual fund equity AUM. Say 2007-2008, we were 2 lakh crores in equity space. At that time, bank deposits were around 30 lakh crores. We are moving towards 90 lakh crores of bank deposits. So mutual fund by thumb rule should be around 6 lakh crores. We are at 3,50,000 crores. So long way to go. So we have been saying since a long time that Indian households have only 4% of their savings into equity. That 4%, Adrian, today has become 2%. What was in 2007 4% is 2% today. So we are in an infinite market. That's what I always feel.
So, and are they subscribing to, I was going to say, plain vanilla equity funds in terms of general market access, or are they looking for particular industry themes?
I think more and more money is coming into diversified funds. If I take the breakup of the 50,000 crores of net sales that has happened, you would see around 20,000 crores has come into mid-cap funds. Around 20,000 crores has come into large-cap funds, and around 10,000 crores is in balanced funds. So it's quite evenly spread. So while large-cap has absorbed the 20,000 crores very easily, we know what has happened in the mid-cap space in 2014. And that also, to a certain extent, in my mind, is the 20,000 crores of inflow that has come into mid-cap funds.
Okay.
And that flow is strong.
Okay, Nimesh, I mean, I actually wanted to, go on the same path as Adrian was asking you to compare. The previous, 2003 to 2008 period, at what point did the inflection come? If it's a trickle now, how many years of a bull market or quarters of a bull market does the retail investor want to see before it becomes a herd?
I think sustained over the next 6 months. Already people are coming in. The number of investors are increasing. If you see, I think it's already happening. So after every growth, you are seeing more and more people coming in. If you see the NFOs that have come out, the number of investors in an NFO are increasing. So if I compare with 2000 last time, maybe if 6 months more of this consistent people, and what the good thing is happening is that money is coming continuously. Every month on month money is coming. So people are seeing positive returns on their past this one. We also have that flow because we had given this equity call, say, long back in October 2013. Those investors, if you offer them any product who has made money over the last 1.5 years, he is coming with a repeat purchase. So the equity AUM of these guys is increasing, and I think it will go on in 15 and 16 as the market slowly gives more and more return. A steady return is what? If 15 gives a steady return, not the kind of returns that has come out in 14, I'll see the more inflow coming out. I won't have the exact numbers as to when did last time what happened and what exactly which year it started coming in. But 2006 was the biggest year last year. 2006 and 2007 were the biggest ones last year, and I expect that to continue. So if you ask me, we are in 2003 compared with.
Well, that's exciting. Nimesh, can you tell us a bit more about the distribution channel? Is this money all coming directly to you, or are there still intermediaries that are important?
I think mutual fund till date is a push product, and majority of the money is coming through intermediates only. Because why? I'll just put it into perspective with data. If we have in the equity space, around 10% of the AUM has come direct by the direct channel. So 90% still comes through the distribution. So the challenges are when we talk about these big numbers, that the numbers should double from here in the next 2 to 3 years. That's what I believe will happen. But the huge challenge is the number of distributors that are present in the market to distribute mutual funds. So it remains a push product. It has not become a pull product. More and more of media, what good work that CNBC is doing or that we need to do through other channels also, is that take the final message to the customer. But I think it will take time to create a pull. Primarily, business is through distributors.
Okay, I just had one question on the view on thematic funds going ahead, because they were out of flavor for a very long time. But now we're seeing the government do a work on on the power sector, infrastructure sector, road sector. Do you recommend, and are you seeing a pickup in some of these theme-based funds?
See, we are an AMC with all the set of products, which are thematic also, are diversified also. But when we go out and market, we are very clear that we are marketing the diversified funds. Because I don't want the retail investors to come into thematic. I've got all that. I've got a banking fund. I've got an infrastructure fund. We are very happy to show it to, when we segment our products, we always say these are the relatively aggressive products. So we, in my mind, or the way the AMC distributes our products, we have got a set of products which we say are aggressive products, which will include most of the thematic products, whether it is infrastructure or banking, we include as it's a buy, but on the aggressive side. It's an aggressive product where you should be ready with volatility. But I think what, as a responsible AMC, we are doing more and more is, we are asking people to get into defensive products. Because we believe that 2015 will remain volatile. So rather than asking them to go for a mid-cap fund which has given fantastic return in the last 1 year, or infrastructure fund or a banking fund, which I would term as aggressive products, we are more and more positioning the asset allocation products in the retail segment. Because retail will do, when the markets will go up, retail will come into the market. So instead of he getting into an aggressive product, I'll be very happy he gets into asset allocation product, whereby we change asset allocation based on the levels of the market. So we have got products like Balance Advantage Fund, and where we get people into those funds which will do auto asset allocation. As the market goes down, we'll buy into equity. As the market goes up, we'll be more into debt. So we are advocating defensive products much more than the thematic products.
All right, Nimesh, that was a wealth of information and perspective. Thank you. you very much for joining us on what's a very special conversation for us with Adrian Mowat, our guest editor. Well, very quickly, we didn't ask you the most important question. Where do you see the Nifty in the next 12 to 24 months, and which would be the leaders in that rally?
Yeah, so we don't have a formal target for the Nifty, but we're quite comfortable we're going to get 15% earnings growth. We talked about interest rates falling. I think the environment, particularly at the long end of the curve, is attractive. So if long bond yields come down, you could get a bit of PE re-rating. So that gives you a hint of the sort of type of returns that we expect. And we're looking for an economy to pick up pace. And so we're expecting it to be the more cyclical end. We like the near cyclicals like the financials, but within the financials a focus on the banks that have got a good deposit-taking platform.
Okay.
I think there's another theme here as well, which was demonstrated by the Hindustan Lever results, which even in a more defensive stock, you can get a margin improvement story. So it seems like a very rich environment at the moment, the Indian equity universe, for getting earnings growth, whether it's margins or top line.
Okay. I thought the most important question would be who's going to win the World Cup and whether India has any chances at all. Any comments on that?
I'm not going to get into dangerous topics.
All right. We've covered a lot of interesting topics. Adrian Mowat, thank you so much for joining us as guest editor. And we'll take all these themes forward on our shows as well.